Oi, boys, welcome to another video on the channel. We are back in this Dolphins career mode, and it is about that time for State of Origin. So coming into game 1, I had alluded to not picking the veterans, the mainstays if you will, for the State of Origin this season. We went for a fresh-faced, younger Queensland Maroons, so you won't see any Munster, you won't see any Daly Cherry Evans. In fact, the experience for us comes in the form of our forward pack. Alright, so let's quickly go over the starting 13 and we'll talk about the bench when we get into game. We do have plenty of Dolphins, but yeah, like I said, let's get to it. Starting with the back 5, we have our skipper, our Dolphins skipper KP at fullback, Xavier Coates, Selwyn Cobo on the right edge. On the left, you have Valentine Holmes and Hamiso Tabuai Fido. In the halves, we have Reece Walsh and Sam Walker. Our front row, we got Tino Fa'asua Maliawi, Dolphin Harry Grant, and Christian Welsh. Moving on to the back row, we have David Fifita, Kurt Capewell, and at lock, Patrick Carrigan. So yeah, a pretty young side, should be quite challenging given the Blues opposition, which you will see in a sec. Alright, so for the bench, we were supposed to chuck in Reid Marnie, but he was injured, so we didn't bother selecting him. Still a really good bench regardless. We have AJ Brimson, Jai Arrow, Lindsay Collins, and I believe Josh Papali'i was in the 17. He could easily be a starter for us. Maybe we could chuck Christian Welsh on the bench, but let's go ahead and look at this Blues team here. Now, I was hoping it'd be as realistic as possible, and this is pretty close. Obviously no Latrell Mitchell in the centres, but we do have Tom Trbojevic there. I'd say easily one of the better New South Wales teams we've faced in a career mode series. And as always, shout out to the gang. Make some noise in the comment section with the hashtag OddSquad. Yeah, let's run it. And here we go. What's essentially the best Blues team. We'll be facing them today with this young Maroons team. Pretty excited for this one, as we did get Tom Trbojevic into the centres. Latrell, unfortunately, did not get selected despite his pretty good form for us with the Dolphins. Just not consistent enough, I guess. As we get hammered, loose possession, and it'll be the Blues here. They get their first opportunity inside our 30. Let's throw it out to the left here. The big pass. Walsh, cut out ball, and we almost get driven into touch. Yikes, that would have been terrible. As we get the nice little cross play going on, we tried to get it back. There would have been a slick little play there between the big boys. So big Tino. Here we cut straight through. Gets the fin going. And look at the big fella fly downfield. First points of the game. Nice little fin to start things off. Tino gets us on the board. For those wondering how we're changing KP's headgear, boys, we're playing on PC. And we are modding the game files. The career mode save, I believe it's what it's called. Man, that's a tough set. Tough defensive set. And it'll be the Blues. Check that out. 30. On our 30. As we look to jam up on Teddy. Takes 2 to stop him.
Oh, kill him.
That's great footwork. Tries to cut back on the skipper. Might get the penalty away. If we can stop them here. Man, nothing you can do there. Absolutely nothing. I tried to hold off and just stay on the goal line, but I think even if we stayed on, we would have got bumped over. It's 6 points apiece nonetheless. The Blues will level it up. Alright, so at the break, this realistic New South Wales Blues with the slight edge. Slightly more time in possession here. 4 from 4 completions. We got 4 from 6. 2 errors. We have been a bit disjointed, a bit unorganized in attack. But let's go ahead and take a look at the bench. Alright, so we do have plenty to do. For one, AJ Brimson can come in. He can drift around the back row here for Paddy Carrigan. We'll also bring in Jai Arrow. He will play in the middle or on the edge, but we're going to use him on the edge here for Kurt Capewell. And both Lindsay Collins and Josh Papali'i can come in. Let's see. Straights. Take Xavier Coates. Almost stepped around one. But that cover defense is too good. Let's go for a scoot here. Selwyn Cobo taken inside the 21st run. Lindsay Collins. And it takes 2 to wrap him up. Big Papa actually goes to Brimson. Let's get rid of it here. Massive kick downfield. And it gets run into touch. James Tedesco having an absolute shocker. Need to try and run the ball more with Reece Walsh. As we send Brimson to his demise. Straight through, Holmes in the corner. And it's a beauty. We go through untouched. Just the quick passes. Sets Valentine Holmes off downfield. It was unfortunately our Dolphins boy, Kotoni Staggs here, who let one through. That quick pass there gets him outside. Staggs, plenty of space for the dive in the corner from the sideline. The skipper tries to bring it back around and it barely sneaks inside the left upright. Are they in range? Looks like it's, yes they are. Oh, it's gonna hit the post, I think. No. Perfectly placed. Oh, we got the wind behind us. We can afford to miskick this one. Probably could have milked more. Still 60 meters. Not bad, not bad. We do have Walker. I think we still have the wind behind us as well. Slightly. This should get pushed into touch. Not too deep. Oh, look at the bounce. It's cruel. We've got to pull our skipper off before he gets injured. We do not want that to happen, especially for our Dolphins. Alright, there he goes. Kalyn Ponga leaving the field. Another good run from Selwyn Cobo. Even Harry Grant's injured, bro. What is this? I mean, tired. Why do I keep saying injured? Final minutes. That's their only play. They go to the blind. That should be GG's right there. Oh no, last play of the game coming up. Beautiful. That's full time, baby. We come away with the win here in game 1 in Sydney, might I add. Pull off a big upset against the one of the better Blues sides. A nice little hard fought victory here against the New South Wales Blues. The final score 12 points to 6. Valentine Holmes became the man of the match, but as always, if you enjoyed that and would like to see more Live 4 content or more content in general, be sure to straight that like button, subscribe to the channel if you do. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you. Later.
To them make some moves of their own. So you better go change that turn. You got like 10 kids, cuz. And you still